Hello and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about what in Buddhism they call the two wings. It might be a little bit of a different name, the two wings of wisdom or whatever. And it really helps. It helped me to, as a guide, to know what it is that we're supposed to do on the spiritual journey and all of that sort of thing. Because you'll hear a lot of different types of teachings. And some teachings say you need to do nothing and just be who you are 100%. And, just go ahead and do your thing. And then others say, you want to do this and make sure you do that and da-da-da. Others have rules you follow, others have no rules. And what's the right path? What is the right... And that's the thing, right? And when it comes to the two wings that you'll hear talked about in Buddhism, it kind of helps to give you a simple thing you can use for yourself to know whether or not what it is you need to do. So for example, on one wing they talk about developing your inner wisdom, inner discernment, your ability to see things for yourself clearly, to have a wise, or to develop your inner wisdom, knowing that it doesn't make sense, for example, to feel angry, and to develop ways to disarm your anger and to develop an inner way of being that anger has less and less of a hold on you. And eventually that anger doesn't affect you as much as it used to, and all that stuff, and so on and so on. And that's the inner wing. And you may have noticed this within yourself, but sometimes you have a lot of that developed in you. You feel compassion or you feel sympathy for another person, but you don't also act on it. And after the situation leaves, you feel as though you could have done more. You kind of had an urge to help more, but you didn't in the end. And that's the second wing that they talk about in Buddhism. That you want to first of all develop your inner wisdom and clarity, number one, but also you want to develop the wing of compassion, which is love in action. So whenever you see something happening and you have the wisdom to discern whether it would be right or not to do anything, and if you can do anything, it's also part of wisdom. Are you going to help or make the situation worse? And once you see you can help and you can do something about it, then you act on it. So that's really helped me quite a bit to look at the world in that way and to see what it is that I had, what could I have improved on, what did I do better, what can I, how can I see that situation in a way that is most truthful? What can I do? Wisdom, where can I find that kind of wisdom? Where can I find that kind of courage to then act on? I probably can't speak very well right now on those thoughts. So you may have seen people who are very religious, who they say or you think of as religious. A lot of those people in a dogmatic religion would be on this side, but they won't have this side. They'll just act and do kind things because they know it's the right thing to do. Still better than doing nothing, right? Have a nice act by someone who didn't want to do it is still a better thing than having nothing happen, nothing nice. So, there's still some value there for sure. You have to look at that. But also part of that inner part of him, the person doing the kind deed, he's not getting as much out of it as he could. And not giving quite as much as he could as well. As you must have heard, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So the person who lives heavily on the second one can really do himself more harm than good. So if you want to help both, you want to find that wisdom and act on love. So that's the two wings of, I can't remember if it's compassion or whatever, but it helps. I think it would be a really good guide to know whether or not you're developing in the right way. And the reason I say this is because I can remember when I had the majority of my, we'll say, mystical experiences, is when I was doing the two. When I would, without knowing about the two wings or whatever, at the very early stages of my awakening, I was actually doing that. And it was very important. And it seems very important again now. So I'll leave you with that. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember, going in doesn't mean it's only for you. It's not true compassion until you share it with somebody else. Thank you. Peace.